The headline screamed, BBC Two radio stops playing Michael Jackson songs ahead of Leaving Neverland documentary claims about child abuse. Take note, this decision was made prior to the broadcast of the documentary. Why and how does someone make a decision such as this without seeing the evidence first? The second headline to grab my attention was this one from the Daily Mail. BBC Two drops Michael Jackson songs from the airwaves after new string of child abuse claims against the one-time king of pop. First of all, he is and always will be the king of pop. There is no such thing as the one-time king of pop, Michael Jackson. He is, no matter what. Secondly, how are these allegations new? Why would you say new child sex abuse claims? We have been hearing these allegations for over 20 years. Take note, the alleged new allegations have come from the same people who made these allegations 20 years ago and had them thrown out of court in 93-94. So the headlines are just so deceiving. There is nothing new about these claims. Now here is my disclaimer before I continue. As a person who was sexually abused as a child and sexually assaulted as a teenager by grown men, I understand sexual abuse and I know how it affects you mentally into your adult life. So I do not hold brief for Michael Jackson, nor is it my business to defend him. Sexual abuse of children is wrong, no matter who does it, and that person must deal with whatever consequences follow. Now that I have made my position clear on where I stand on pedophilia, I will make the following 2 points about Michael Jackson's case and the Leaving Neverland documentary. First, the man is dead. He can no longer defend his legacy. I remember lots of sexual abuse claims came to light after Jimmy Savile had died. However, in this case, different from Jimmy Savile's case, we have to note that these same accusers did so whilst Michael Jackson was alive and failed to win their case. Bringing their stories back up after he has died and unable to defend himself raises far more questions than it provides answers. Secondly, why would BBC Two and other radio stations say they would drop Michael Jackson's songs? First of all, the man's music changed the face of pop music forever. There are very few pop songs today that have not, in one way or another, been influenced by Michael Jackson's music. What is the hurry to drop Michael Jackson's music? And in some cases, like BBC Two, even before they saw the documentary. I have my reasons, which revolve around racism, erasing black people from history, and so on. But I will not impose them on you. I simply say that for any one of you watching this little film, that you choose to answer it for yourself in good conscience. Whilst you think about that, I would also like you to think about John Lasseter, the former Chief Executive Officer of Walt Disney Animation Studios, who also oversaw lots of Pixar animation projects and who is now the head of Sundance Studios. He has directed and executive produced numerous animated films, including Toy Story, Finding Dory, and Frozen, just to name a few. His credits are so many that to say because of his sexual misdeeds, as he calls them, the films he produced should be removed from the body of works of animated films would be absurd, because we would be left much poorer for it. If anyone were to decide to do the same with Weinstein-produced films, such as Shakespeare in Love, Gangs of New York, Pulp Fiction, The Crying Game, and countless more, we would also be left poorer, given the number of films we would have to lose. Why then must we tolerate or accept or defend the removal of Michael Jackson's music from the body of music produced? We would be left poorer for it. we would lose an amazing legacy and talent in music. The man is dead, so he cannot speak, and I certainly cannot speak up for him. But one thing I am sure of is that we would have to separate what he allegedly did from his music. We must, whatever we do, defend the legacy of the music that Michael Jackson provided us with. To do anything else is to betray ourselves.